Geeks, 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 geeks in the closet, the closet, geeks in the closet, geeks in the closet, geeks in the closet, the closet, geeks in the closet, the closet, the closet, the closet.
Hello and welcome to episode 2 of Geeks in the Closet, your premier Irish geek podcast recorded solely in a closet. At this stage I must point out that the legal team here at Geeks in the Closet have asked us not to say that line because there's literally no statistics to back that up. But, you know, we went, let's just go with it. My name is Fran.
Hey Fran. Hi Fran.
I'm joined as ever by my Geeks in Arms, Connor.
Hi-oh.
And Jay.
What's up?
Guys, how are you getting on?
Good.
Yeah, not too bad.
How's been your week in geek? Let's start with Connor.
My week in geek. I am pushing myself to platinum Final Fantasy VII on the PlayStation 4. The original, obviously, before the remake comes out. There's a lot of trophies to get, but I can do it. So that's I've been driving myself to do that. That, and I watched the premiere of the CW's Legends of Tomorrow.
Ooh.
Yes, very interesting. I was surprised by, what's the actor's name? It's gone from my head. Arthur Darvill, I think he is. He was Rory in Doctor Who.
Oh,
Rory
yes.
Pond,
Yes.
but not Rory Pond.
And now he's a time traveller.
And now he's a time traveller again.
Yes.
And I guarantee you he's walking around going, this is a time travel show. I've been on time travel shows. I was pleasantly surprised by it.
Okay.
I don't want to say too much because it was the premiere and it's only out a few days, so I want to give our listeners a chance to see it.
Do you need to watch this in any particular order, Connor? Because you know the whole Flash and Arrow crossover.
I don't know yet. What I'm planning on doing, because I'm watching Flash and Arrow and I'm up to date with that, I'm going to watch them in order of release, just in case there is crossovers. I don't think it's going to be that big a deal.
Okay, I can't believe they didn't wait till the end of the season.
Yeah,
it doesn't make
weird.
any sense to me.
This season, I can't remember is there enough episodes, but basically this season is going to be halfway over when Flash and Arrow are done. So I think they did that on purpose to keep people going with their CW superhero phase.
Right, there's no
major gap.
Yeah.
When season 1 of Legends of Tomorrow ends, then it's going to go on to season 3 of Flash and season 5 of Arrow, I think it is.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah. But it was good. I recommend it. If you're a fan of Flash and Arrow, I would say watch this.
Do you need to be a fan of Flash and Arrow to watch this?
No, and that's what I liked. It's very much standalone. Like it's its own thing. You don't need to how can I put it? Anyone that shows up in it from the Flash and from Arrow it's real throwaway, and it's more fan service to the people who watch it. But you could easily watch Legends of Tomorrow and know what's going on.
I might give it a whack because I kind of failed miserably with Arrow and Flash. So this could be my new CW.
Get back in there, man.
Yeah.
There's more heroes for you to handle.
Gateway. Anything else this week in Geek?
That was really me. That was me. Just a lot of Final Fantasy VII. A lot. Other than that,
we've all been there, man. You gotta ride that dragon.
Exactly. Yeah.
All the way to the end. Jay, what about your week in Geek?
Speaking of dragons, Dragon Age is what I've been getting up to this week.
We're getting smooth with these little
Don't jinx it! Don't jinx it!
We're not going to be able to do it anymore. Just playing a bit of Dragon Age, and I'm at the point now where I've gone to big city, Val Royeaux. I've got to charm some of the nobles. The gameplay has changed up a little bit. I'm now trying to basically charm a lot of posh people and make them join my crew, join my side.
How are you finding that?
It's a bit different. It's different gameplay entirely. Like I'm going around actually just talking to people now and trying to pick the correct points to get enough favour with them, which is a bit strange.
Can I ask, because you two play Dragon Age?
Yeah.
I don't. I've seen 15 minutes of it that time. What do you mean by charm people?
Well, basically, what's different to this game is you are the leader of the Inquisition, so you are basically in charge of your own force, which doesn't really have any borders per se.
It's like the United Nations of the...
Sort of. And it's just you get people from different cultures, different backgrounds. There's a sort of a semi-religious tone to it as well. You are this sort of religious figure, but you're basically in charge of this army that has no borders.
Oh, okay.
But you are uniting for a good cause. Like there's
so by going up to people, charming them, what you're essentially doing is recruiting them.
Yes. Absolutely. So at the moment, I'm trying to recruit a nation's capital.
Okay.
Is what I'm trying to do at the moment. So.
They're a bit French Venetian, aren't they?
Yeah, there's a bit of a French flair with a bit of.
But they're called Orlais. Isn't that the name?
They're called Orlais. They sound very French, but their dress would be quite Italian Renaissance. You're pretty bang on there. There's a lot of those kind of. If anyone's played Assassin's Creed 2 or whatever, there's a lot of that going on. There's a lot of masks, a lot of balls, a lot of a lot of charm. Yes, one does attend balls, Francis.
10 balls. I just thought you meant the characters had a lot of balls. I said, do you know what? I'm not going to join your
Well, that
crew,
too.
Jay.
Some have horns, but that's another matter entirely. So
you can win a trophy for 100% success rate in recruiting Orlais nobles. So it is possible to get 100% success rate.
I'm at 100% approval.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to get that trophy, but it never came. So obviously that isn't the same thing.
Okay.
I don't know.
For any geeks that don't have a PlayStation, in the PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4, there's trophies which are basically the kind of like Xbox achievements. So basically, if you're playing,
If you don't have an Xbox,
if you don't have an Xbox, we'll go through that. Basically, you have to do a certain task a certain number of times or achieve
Certain
task
goals.
that's
Yeah.
yeah.
There's goals you have to achieve. They're rated in terms of bronze, silver, gold, and platinum, depending on its difficulty to get.
Yeah.
So that's how PlayStation does it. You gather those. Whereas Xbox is based primarily on a points system. So the higher points you have, the better you're doing. Yeah, that's just how they rate it on the dashboard.
I kind of like the PlayStation version better because you can just pick up random trophies and you killed 4 chickens in one day. You're like,
but you have
I have a trophy for that now.
It is cool, but you also have a better idea of how difficult your thing was to get
because of the grading system.
Yeah, like I've got 1 platinum, and I'm proud as punch about it.
I have 2.
Yeah,
I was just like,
When I see you guys on PlayStation Network, you have trophies beside your names.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that your entire trophy count, or is
No,
that...
it's a star thing. So it's based on how many games you have and how many trophies you've gotten in them. You've got a little rating that you'll.
Very good. Very good.
So I think I'm like level 9 or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm 2 behind whatever you
You're
are. So
7.
I'm off
I think
to
7.
You see, the
I'm
thing
like
is,
2.
Yeah, like I had a PlayStation 3, so all my trophies from PlayStation 3 carried on. So like I've earned points basically, or leveled up through them.
He'd be more similar to my score, I think, if he didn't continue on the PS3, or it'd be similar enough anyway. But.
What about your Week in Geek, fan?
My Week in Geek. Well, I actually took a U-turn and took a break from Dragon Age Inquisition because I got to a stage now where most of my main tasks are completed and I need to kind of just level up, which just consists of a lot of wandering around the wilderness, finding bandits. It gets a bit monotonous. So, due to the generosity of Connor, I got my hands on Batman Arkham Knight for PS4.
Ooh.
When he played it, I'd say about 2 days, 3 days. So far, my analysis comes down to the Batmobile is a serious piece of machinery.
Oh yeah, it's hardcore.
I think I've caused more public damage than all of the villains.
You do, but
From failed afterburns and
you're Batman. You're doing important work. You can crash into a few buildings.
Oh, it's so cool though. It is so cool.
So fun.
And when they come up to close-up details, it's awesome.
Yeah,
Do you get the bat jet?
Do we tell him that, Connor? I don't know. Does he really want to know that answer?
I think just play it for another few days because the main storyline really doesn't take that much time.
Okay.
What do you think?
And
of
the main
combat? 'Cause
storyline
this
is
the
awesome.
This is the first Arkham game you played, isn't it?
No, I played a little bit of I Still Have Your Arkham. Oops.
If anyone didn't catch that, he has borrowed something and not returned it, which I should stop talking about now because I've also done that to him several times.
Moving on. I played Arkham
Asylum.
Not Asylum, City. Yeah, a little bit, but didn't get to play much of it. Combat. I kind of feel like I'm winging it. I feel like I'm button bashing.
Yeah,
I do feel that way.
you can make it more difficult.
You can, but do you want it? What's crazy is it was originally when they were designing Arkham Asylum, they were originally going to make it a rhythmic kind of music type game, and that's how the combat was going to work. It was going to be you had to
like
listen.
Guitar Hero, sort of.
I don't know exactly. Like obviously they didn't go follow through, but basically it was going to be. I think it had something to do with you had to listen to the background music as you're fighting, and you had to button press in kind of keeping with the beat of the song.
Oh god, I never played that game.
No,
I couldn't do it.
Having said that though, the combat system when you get into it is quite rhythmic, and it does have a nice, really good flow.
Well, I just feel like I have something in my head, like right, I'm going to attack that guy, press a button, and next thing Batman flies across the room and tackles somebody else entirely. I'm like, well, it works, but it's just not what I was going for.
No, Batman, that way.
What else can I say? Also, Poison Ivy needs to put on some more clothes.
Yeah.
What rating was that game?
I don't know. She's literally wearing a shirt buttoned with one button quite precariously and
Nothing else.
a pair of panties by the looks of things.
They're not panties. They're leaves that she grew there specifically.
She's
So you...
She is growing her own food.
Her own food?
Clothes? I meant clothes.
And that concludes this week of Geeks in the Closet.
She probably is growing
So
her
that's
own
a
food.
literal...
That's
That's a literal...
I feel like
Cannibalism?
this is a road we should not go down.
I said it. It's she's growing... It's a bush. She's got a bush. I didn't realise.
Francis, that's 2 episodes in a row.
I know.
You've dragged us down.
I was
so
kind of
much.
happy thinking it was just underwear, but okay.
I shouldn't have
Keeping it in
opened
Batman, I actually watched a DC animated movie last night as well.
Oh, right.
Batman Bad Blood.
Taylor Swift inspired?
Yes, I think so. I think so.
You love your taste.
Basically, DC
Me.
make their own animated movies. They're loosely based on the old show, the old classic Batman show.
Adam West?
No, sorry.
Oh, the animated show?
I mean the cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's loosely based on that. It continues on kind of from that. But
Does it ignore Batman Beyond, Batman of the Future, whatever it was called?
well, Batman Beyond hasn't happened yet in that timeline. You're still Batman.
Oh yeah, okay, sorry.
But it is kind of following the comics at the same time. So at the moment, like Damian Wayne is Robin. So Batman's actual son is Robin at the moment. Dick Grayson is Nightwing. And it's kind of following that on. So the last 3 movies have been kind of introducing Damian Wayne, son. After that was introducing the Court of Owls, which are like, this badass secret society that exists within Gotham. And the last movie that I just watched there last night is basically Batman has disappeared. He may or may not be dead, and Dick Grayson has to take on the mantle as Batman and try and convince Gotham's underworld that he is the Batman. While searching for actual
Worth a
Batman
watch.
during it. I quite enjoyed it. There's been some better ones beforehand. Under the Red Hood is probably the best one they've ever done.
Yeah, that's right.
That's very good.
What kind of ratings are we talking about here?
As
Are these,
in-
for
Are
are these kids? Like, yeah.
oh,
age.
these aren't for kids.
No?
No, definitely not. They're not
That's
for kids.
That is good. That's kind of basic. My week in Geek has been very short-lived. I'm kind of book-wise. I'm waiting for Bands of Mourning, which is out tomorrow, the 28th.
Okay, yeah.
20
Looking forward to that, yeah.
Yeah, so tomorrow. And that's book 6 in the Mistborn series by Brandon Sanderson. I'm sure we'll talk about that in much greater detail coming up because Brandon Sanderson is a legend.
Oh,
You
I'd
talk
love
about
to.
him
I'd love to.
all day. Well, I think moving on from there, we'll go to Connor and in the newsroom.
Yes.
That
That was my thing.
Well, the news was mine last week.
Oh, that's fair. Okay, so there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of news for us to listen to and debate and talk about. I'm saving the best for last.
Cool.
So, number 1, Hideo Kojima and Mark Cerny's 10-day buddy road trip. Yes. So, first of all, I'll just read and then I'll explain. Hideo Kojima, the creator of the infamous Metal Gear game series, is currently partaking in a world tour along with Mark Cerny, the lead system architect of the PlayStation 4. After what can only be assumed a bitter breakup with Konami, Kojima is taking time off and he is travelling to various studios to see what games are currently in development. So far, Kojima has checked out the motion capture technology used in The Last of Us and The Order 1866, visited Sony Bend Studio, who have been working on something for the last 4 years and nobody knows what it is. Dropped past and visited Media Molecule, the creators of Little Big Planet and the upcoming game Dreams, and most excitingly got to play an upcoming, unannounced as of yet, PlayStation VR game, which I'm sure we'll be talking about loads.
Oh, chills.
I know.
Chills.
After leaving Konami, Hideo Kojima announced that he has a new studio which will be independent, and the first independent game will be a PlayStation 4 console exclusive.
Oh, I'm the world's happiest little boy over here.
I thought you would be.
So happy. For anyone who doesn't know where Hideo Kojima is a Japanese genius of the gaming world. If a game comes out, generally speaking, the person who created it isn't listed on the front cover. If you watch a movie, you buy a DVD, you're going to have the director on the front. That happens, if Spielberg makes something, Spielberg is written over
It's a
it.
pretty big pull.
That does not happen in the gaming world, except for Hideo Kojima.
Yeah.
His name is always on top. That's how good that guy is. He's the Spielberg of the gaming world. And for that guy to be able to do what he wants to do without the strings of a company pulling him back, my god, it's exciting.
Because for anyone who's listening and doesn't know, Hideo Kojima worked with Konami, a production company, and they basically published the Metal Gear Solid, Metal Gear Snake Eater, all the Metal Gear games. But the latest one, Metal Gear 5, The Phantom Pain, I believe it was called.
Yeah.
His name was taken off, like you were just saying about Steven Spielberg. Hideo Kojima's name was taken off all the advertising for that. He then went radio silent, essentially. When it was nominated for Game of the Year, he wasn't allowed to go to the Game Awards.
I remember seeing that.
But Jeff Keighley made a big deal about that and explained everything. Jeff Keighley is basically Ryan Seacrest for video gaming.
Yeah. So it's kind of shocking, but it's not a surprise that he has just gone about face and has gone against Konami, and is making his own game. So fair play, Hideo. And I think it's very telling and interesting that he's going around on this world tour with the lead architect of the PlayStation 4 console itself.
What's his name again?
Mark Cerny. Well, I'm pretty sure it's Cerny. Cerny. Cerny.
Well, I'll give you Cerny.
Either way, yeah. And it's hilarious because Mark Cerny joined Twitter specifically so he could tweet about this. His first tweet was, "I'm spending the next 10 days with this guy." # my first tweet, a selfie of himself and Kojima. It was just like, that's very...
They should make a documentary about that. I'd watch that.
I totally would. I kind of am on Twitter. I'm just like going to their feeds first thing every morning.
Yeah.
Number 2 in our newsfeed. New DLC for Elder Scrolls Online.
Woo!
ZeniMax and Bethesda have teased the upcoming Thieves Guild DLC, downloadable content, for their flagship MMO, which is massive multiplayer online. The DLC will allow you to join the Thieves Guild, which has always been a major component of Elder Scrolls games. There are a variety of additions to the game to look forward to. A new zone called Hugh's Bane will become available. A very challenging 12-player trial, Maw of Lorkay, will be open to the Stout of Heart. Unique costumes, motifs, item sets, and a passive skill line will be exclusively available to Thieves Guild members. Lastly, the DLC will cryptically include new criminal activities. Let's hope this means GTA 5 style heists and not just pickpocketing other people. No news on the upcoming Dark Brotherhood DLC, but keep listening to us in Geeks in the Closet for more.
Wow. I'm looking forward to that. Myself and Connor are at the moment playing Elder Scrolls Online. Absolutely loving it. Thieves Guild looks great. I watched that video that you're talking about. I didn't watch it yet. I watched it. It looks good. I've seen what looks like a tiny lizard type dragon thing that breathes fire.
Like your man from Mulan.
Yes.
Oh, I love him.
Kind of like your man from Mulan, but with wings and breathes
Eddie
fire.
Murphy?
Yeah.
As possibly a pet. And I've also seen what looks like some sort of a giant turtle-like thing, which may or may not be a mount, but they're keeping pretty tight-lipped on what exactly it is. But I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it'll be interesting because I really like the idea of pets, but I want them. The only animals that you can use are the mounts, and the pets just basically follow you around. I'd like them to maybe mix things up by including a pet to be used in combat, other than someone's. And I know that's probably not going to be DLC. That's more than likely going to be a new game. But still.
They seem pretty hard set on making sure you know that these are vanity items. So I think they are making a conscious effort to try and stay away from having animals or things that you can buy that benefit you in the game. Because I think that's what World of Warcraft did. I never played World of Warcraft, and someone can correct me if they know. But I'm pretty sure that you could actually use real life money to buy pets or whatever that you could use in game, and they would have like special abilities and they would benefit you in the game. So whoever was spending more money on the game would be better off. So they're kind of trying to keep Elder Scrolls as, look, it's all about your skill and your progression, and these are just vanity items.
Yeah. Okay, interesting. Number 3. Blade Runner gets a sequel after 34 years, filming to start this July. Blade Runner, the 1982 sci-fi classic, is getting a sequel at last. The film has been in development limbo since at least 2011, but now has a cast, director, script and filming schedule, so it is most likely it looks like it's gonna happen. Harrison Ford will return as Rick Deckard, the replicant hunter, and will be joined by Ryan Gosling, who, incidentally, is only 1 year older than the original film. Interestingly, Ridley Scott will not be directing and has instead taken on the role of executive producer. Taking the director's chair will be Denis Villeneuve, I'm not sure, it's a French name. I looked up how to pronounce it, couldn't find anywhere. Who directed last year's action thriller Sicario.
Didn't see it.
Oh.
That's the Mexican drug cartel.
Yeah.
With Emily
is it
Blunt.
Benito someone?
Yeah.
Who's the main guy?
It's a woman who's the main guy.
No, the bad guy, the guy who's on the cover, like the guy who's.
I know you're.
I've seen the ad.
about,
I think that
But
okay.
yeah, no, I'm interested and excited to see that.
Hands up, haven't seen the original Blade Runner.
I always mix up Blade Runner with Logan's Run, and now I'm trying to decide which one's which, and I
Harrison
can't.
Ford.
Logan's Run is about people being killed off at a certain age.
Yes.
That's
What's
that
Blade
one.
Runner about?
I might have
Blade
seen
Runner
Blade
is
Runner.
about there are replicants. Now Blade Runner is based on Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep by Philip K. Dick.
Yeah,
Yes.
I read that book. I haven't actually seen the film either, but I know it's really bad. But it's something that's really it's a big deal. Basically, the basic plot is that Harrison Ford's character Rick Deckard, he is a special part of the police who deals with rogue androids called replicants. And replicants are not allowed on the planet Earth. They're worked off-world in mines and different planets and stuff. But sometimes they escape because there's no way you can tell the difference between a replicant and a human at all, unless you do a really specific test and you've been trained up. So he hunts rogue replicants, basically.
Okay.
Are they organic creatures?
They're made, but they feel and look and are organic.
So if you cut them, do they bleed?
Yes.
They
are Shylock.
They are Shylock. They go full Shylock.
On an interesting side note, this 34-year gap is not a record breaker for the longest gap between a film and its sequel.
Ooh.
That title goes to...
Ooh, let me guess, Jay.
Oh, guess.
Oh god, I'm under pressure now. Okay, 34-year gap between a movie.
Is not the record holder.
Is it a sequel? No, it can't be a reboot then.
No, it's
A direct sequel.
A film and a direct sequel.
Oh, I was gonna say Terminator, but it's not Terminator.
More than 34 years.
Far more.
Wow. I'm gonna kick myself. I don't know. I give
No.
in.
You wouldn't possibly guess.
Okay,
I wouldn't
then.
have known. Then just tell us then. I
It's
thought
still
it was-
interesting though.
I thought it was something I'd be ashamed
with
of.
With a gap of 63 years and 178 days, it goes to Bambi and Bambi 2.
Yeah, you are correct. I never would have gotten that.
However, if you don't count direct-to-video sequels, the record,
Which we don't, obviously.
which we don't really.
That's
The
why we didn't get that one right, guys.
yeah. Oh, then get this one right. The record still goes to Disney with a gap of 59 years and 48 days. Do you care to guess? Now,
Peter
given it's
Pan.
Disney.
To go cinema.
Yeah.
A film that goes
It
to
went to cinema.
Oh,
A Disney film that
If you
went
want,
to
I could
cinema.
give you the release year of the sequel.
I don't think I'm gonna get this no matter what you.
Yeah, well, go on. You might as well feed us something.
Yeah. It was the sequel was released in 1999, December 31st.
Ew. Dalmatians. No.
No.
I believe that was the Thursday. I have no idea.
Yeah, go on. Hit us.
Fantasia and Fantasia 2000.
I don't even
Never,
count them.
never.
I know.
No.
There's
Still-
just noise in pictures.
59 years though. That's
Here, watch George R. R. Martin. He could definitely give this one. a
keep an eye.
There is
Keep an
nothing
eye.
that man can't do.
Sticking with Disney, Bob Iger has announced that the amount of Star Wars movies are to double in the next 5 years.
Ooh,
Marvel to go on forever. Bob Iger, the CEO of the Walt Disney Company, has confirmed that there are 4 more Star Wars movies after Episode 7. In an interview with BBC's Newsbeat, Iger confirmed there are 4 more Star Wars movies in various stages of production. Obviously, Star Wars Episode 8 and 9, while Rogue One is out next December, and Han Solo prequel/sequel, they're
Yes.
not really sure yet, is
Starring Chris Pratt.
definitely in the works.
I heard it's definitely a prequel. Is there still some doubt?
Well, no, it's not that. It's that it's a prequel, but is it before or after or during the original trilogy?
Ah, yeah, okay.
That's what they mean.
Right.
Right.
The setting.
So it'll be before episode 7.
It would have to be before episode 4.
It is
wouldn't it?
Before.
it's B44. Iger also spoke on Disney's other huge property, Marvel Studios. When asked if/when Marvel movies will eventually end, Iger stated, "With Marvel, you're dealing with thousands and thousands of characters. That will go on forever." I don't know, am I excited or terrified about that idea?
Yeah.
Marvel.
There's a lot of potential. Like Star Wars, a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Intriguing.
But it's like at the minute, because there only has been a few, I feel like I'm under pressure to keep up to date with every Marvel movie. I have to see every Marvel movie, and I have to know what's going on in all the other ones, and you have to keep track of all the TV shows, and you have to keep track of the main movies and the kind of side movies. Like, I don't know. It's very exciting. I really want Marvel to keep going, Marvel movies, but at the same time,
It's going to have an end date. It has to.
It has to. It has to. It can't literally go on forever, but basically they don't want it to end.
No, it's a huge cash cow.
Oh, massive. And finally, number 5, the one I'm most excited about, Netflix's impending releases for 2016.
Ooh.
Netflix.com have announced their original releases for the next 12 months. They've announced some new films and series, as well as new seasons of their already established shows. Now, disclaimer, I'm not going to go through the whole list. I'm going to go through what piqued the Geeks in the Closet interest. So first of all getting a new season in the next 12 months. House of Cards.
Great.
Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
Very funny.
Very funny. Jessica Jones.
Yeah, very good.
Daredevil.
Yep.
Orange is the New Black.
Yep.
And Grace and Frankie.
That piqued our interest.
That
did it?
piqued my interest. I'm allowed.
That one snuck in there, didn't
I
it?
was in charge of the news. I will write the damn news.
He knew he was not going to get away with it.
No, I didn't.
He did the news has been Disney all over the place.
It wasn't my fault. Some new shows that pique our interest. There's just 3. So Flaked, a serious comedy with Will Arnett.
Yes.
He's a man who falls for the object of his best friend's desires. That is all they have in it.
I've never seen that story before.
So
No.
Will Arnett for people. I think you're trying something new. Like, it's a bit edgy. I don't know. Will Arnett is the voice of Lego Batman
Yes.
in the Lego Movie. He is also in BoJack Horseman. He's BoJack. He's in Arrested Development as Job.
Mm-hmm.
And well, if you don't know him after that, you don't really know him.
There's a few other bits and bobs that he's in. He's in the newest Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie.
Oh, as who?
Oh.
He's the camera guy that goes around with April O'Neil.
Oh, yes, you are right.
A very
he
tiny part.
He is.
You wouldn't know him from it.
With Megan Fox.
Look.
Why did they cast her?
He's also in 30 Rock.
Is he?
Yeah, he is, yeah. He's like Jack Donaghy's arch nemesis.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Very good. Very funny guy.
Another show that piqued the Geeks' interest is Stranger Things, a new series revolving around the disappearance of a young boy involving supernatural mysteries, top secret experiments, and a strange little girl who shows up everywhere, starring Winona Ryder.
What?
Yeah!
Does she still do things?
Apparently so.
Okay. Right.
I was shocked. I didn't really care about the Winona Ryder bit. It was just more like, oh, that seems like a show I'd watch.
Okay.
Supernatural.
Yeah, I definitely
experiments.
probably will watch it.
Yeah. And finally, this is the one that I'm embarrassingly excited for. Kong, King of the Apes.
Okay.
TV series.
Wait for it. An animated kids show. That's the embarrassing part. An animated kids show set in 2050's San Francisco. King Kong has been living in San Francisco for years now and was very popular until an evil genius frames him. Now on the run from the city he loves, Kong must protect the city, wait for it, from the evil genius's gigantic robot dinosaurs.
Of course there is.
Plural. Ladies and gentlemen.
While 3 young humans try in vain to clear King Kong's name.
And it's animated. Do we know, is that a cartoon? Is it
It's
CGI?
a cartoon.
Made by whom? And
Made by Netflix.
Oh.
And there's very little details about who. I'm not 100% sure, but I think this is Netflix's first fully animated original.
Okay, because they worked with Pixar for Turbo.
Yeah. But they didn't.
Yeah, well, there's a few things they're possibly laying claim to, but...
Yeah.
I know
But BoJack? That's them.
Not purely them, is it?
I thought so.
Oh, I'm totally wrong then. Okay.
But this is probably the first.
Who owns Archer? What's that?
Oh, that's FX.
Archer's FX.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Oh, love me some Archer.
Yeah. Someday we'll talk about that.
Yeah. And thus concludes the news.
Okay, well then we're going to slide over to our newest and latest segment featuring Jay. And I think we have a little something.
Oh, we have a jingle, do we? Okay.
Me, my.
Okay.
You didn't do that for the Indiana Jones thing.
This is serious.
Oh. Yeah.
The intro. Right, hang on. Who's counting us in? Fran, you're moderator.
Okay.
Today.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I tried something nerdy. I liked it.
Well, this is our segment that we're going to do every now and again, and basically, as the title says, you are trying something nerdy, and you potentially liked it, or I suppose maybe you potentially didn't. We didn't discuss that. Maybe the song doesn't work at all.
No, we have to start the whole podcast again.
This is where we talk about something new that we've done, something geeky, something nerdy, something we just have never ever even thought of doing, possibly, or something we've thought about doing for a long time, but we're kind of a bit afraid of doing it.
Because we are geeks in the closet.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I suppose it's great is for our listeners who are like us and geeks in the closet. This is a kind of way of you can live vicariously through us. If you were thinking of trying something, tweet us and let us know. Hey, maybe you geeks should try this instead.
I see an opportunity here. If they want to tweet us, Connor, how do they tweet us?
I'm glad you asked me that, Francis. They can tweet us by using our Twitter handle @GeeksITC.
Fantastic. Now back to you, Jay.
I'm both proud and embarrassed with the pair of you there.
I'm mostly proud.
And I'm actually very delighted that Connor's last piece of news was something he said he was quite embarrassed about. Because something nerdy that I've tried for this month was anime. I know, right?
You say it like you've never watched anime.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so basically, my ideas of anime before I started were, it's a little bit embarrassing. Why would I be watching this? Isn't it just a cartoon? You know, who are these people that are watching anime? And I was in kind of a funny place. I was watching Netflix. I'd finished a couple of series. I was up to date. I couldn't find anything I wanted to watch. And this thing kept coming up. It was like, you know, if you like The Hobbit, you know, maybe you should watch this. And it was Full Metal Alchemist. And I could see from the cover, it was a cartoon, first of all. It was also in the anime section. And I kept looking at it, kept flirting with the idea of pressing it, seeing what it was like. And it's a while where I just wasn't sure what to do at all.
Well, before I even ever watched any anime, Full Metal Alchemist was a name I had come across in all different walks of life. So if that's the first one you started with, I know nothing about it, but I think you picked a good one.
Well, I actually did that because I put it into a Google, what are good anime?
Did you?
It came up and I was like, okay, I'm going to give it a chance. This is apparently a good one, so I'm not getting a bum deal. I'm going to watch this and I'm going to see, is it for me? So started watching it and oh my god, I loved it so much. I loved it so much. It was so brilliant. It was so brilliant. For anyone out there who thinks that an anime is just a cartoon, it is not. It is absolutely not. Fundamentally, completely different. This is not for children. In any way, shape or form, this is not for children. There's no childish plot lines. There's no lesson you need to learn at the end of every episode. There's no cringy song or something at the start of it that will turn you off, but this is serious stuff.
In fact, the music can actually be quite catchy.
Yeah.
I found myself singing it if you don't.
To the point that you're humming it and you don't know what the lyrics are because it's all Japanese. But you try anyway. So I absolutely love Full Metal Alchemist. It's very dark. It is very, very dark. I mean, what you're dealing with is, and I'm gonna try and keep this as spoiler free as possible, but if I just read the description of Full Metal Alchemist,
what's the back of the DVD?
Basically, this is what you might see. It's very short. Edward and Alphonse Elric, brothers who are searching for the Philosopher's Stone so they can obtain their bodies after a failed attempt to bring their dead mother back to life. This is not Pokemon, guys. Like this is that is very, very serious, and it's very dark like that. And in the very first episode, that is what you see. In the first 5 minutes, you see this failed attempt, and there is blood everywhere. They're screaming. God. There's torture in their faces. Like, this is pretty dark stuff. So I don't know. It just kind of it awoke something in me. It was strange, but I absolutely loved it. So I devoured the entire thing in a weekend. And
how much is
it's
the
like
entire
8 seasons?
I watched a lot of. Well, okay, maybe it was 2 weekends. So maybe I'm lying. I did devour it quite quickly. I watched.
There is definitely.
How many episodes are there?
Tons.
20-something%.
No, give me a ballpark figure.
There's roughly, I think, 20 episodes in a season, and there's a lot of
typical
seasons.
Anime.
And I was watching
short
and
episodes,
away.
but lots.
Yeah,
of
they're
them.
20 minutes. But
yeah,
still,
but I couldn't put it down. I couldn't, like, you know when you had a new Harry Potter book and you stayed up all night reading it.
I didn't think
it was a little bit like that.
I really like Full Metal Alchemist as well, I have to say. I really enjoy it.
The two of you have said that to me before.
Yeah.
No, it's very good. If you want to start somewhere in anime, start there. So I had a big journey after that. I finished Full Metal, started watching Knights of Sidonia. It's a little bit... I started it, knew immediately it's not that great, but I kept kind of watching it. It's a bit like Gundam Wing, if anyone ever saw that. Think big giant robots. The premise is kind of interesting. It's basically a Noah's Ark type thing, but it's a spaceship. Okay. Humanity has been decimated by this race called the Ghana. They're this huge... they're kind of like bacteria, like a virus sort of race, but they can join together and make these huge construct things, and they need these big giant robots to fight them, but this Noah's Ark thing is going off looking for somewhere else for the people to settle. And it's kind of a Japanese/Russian sort of culture that are on this ship. Okay. You don't know if there's any others. And then
recipe for success before you go any further.
And there's a gifted pilot who's trying to battle them. That's it in a nutshell. It was very cringy, and it's another point I want to talk about anime. There's something you need to get over.
There's a stigma.
There's a big stigma attached to anime, and some of it can be kind of justified. And I'm going to try to explain this, and I'm probably going to fail. But the Japanese are just very different culture, and you've got to kind of understand that when you go into it. There's a lot of cringiness in anime. There's a lot of I
can tell the Geeks in the Closet legal team are going to have work cut out for them this week.
Yeah, and it's about to get worse. Anime...
Hashtag Jay's not a racist.
Yeah, well, it's going to come down to whether I'm racist now or something worse. But anyway, there's a lot of jokes and a lot of puns and things around kind of embarrassing things for us in the West that we wouldn't really talk about that much. Like there's a lot of boob jokes. Can I say boob on this? I've just said it.
Well, we've said a lot worse.
Times. There's a lot
You've
of boob.
said a lot worse.
There's a lot of boob jokes.
We're in
There's
this
a lot of underwear jokes, and it's always to do with young girls, and you're not quite sure how old these girls are supposed to be. They could be 16, they could be 19, you don't know, and it leaves you uncomfortable when you're watching. You're like, are they really doing this? Was that the joke? Was that the whole bit? And you're like, oh god. And then you're like, okay, it's just Western values. That's what's wrong with me. Like, I've been taught by the West that this is wrong and I should not be like... And then, you don't know what to think.
Well, I always feel like if you're watching anime and someone walks into the room,
yes,
it's like you're watching porn, and you're like, you get this feeling like, don't look at me.
Yeah, and you're watching the worst kind.
Yeah.
But
and not only that, the moment they come in is the first sex scene that's been in the 50 episodes you've watched.
Yeah,
and it's really weird. And then you're like, no, it's not like this. I promise.
Yeah, but I had the same experience with Game of Thrones. Like for a while. The girls that I lived with at the time might walk in when you're watching Game of Thrones, and all of a sudden it's a risky sort of scene, and you're like, no, I promise, it's good, and I'm not watching it for this, I'm watching it for the other stuff.
But at least that's real life. If someone walks in and you see two cartoon people with massive boobies, like, it's just...
I'd say it could create some funny situations, like in Friends with Monica and Chandler, where she thinks she's in the shark porn.
This is how much I love you.
Absolutely. So anyway, to move on, I watched that, and I did finish the series, but I knew myself I was only finishing it because I'd started it.
Oh, okay.
So that was it. I moved on then to Attack on Titan. And if I thought, and I've just knocked off all my notes, I said Full Metal Alchemist was dark, this is 10 times worse. The premise of this show is there's a society that has survived. You don't know if there's any others, in a big walled city. And it's very European, sort of, but they're in this big walled city. These walls are massive. And you get an impression straight away that these people are scared, they're frightened, and you figure out pretty quickly why. There are these giant creatures called Titans, from the title. And no one knows what their plan is, or whether they have one, or where they came from. But they rock up to the city every now and again. They get through the walls and they literally start devouring people. And there's just blood, carnage, terror everywhere. People screaming. People having psychotic breaks. It's crazy. There's a lot of screaming in it.
Yeah.
Fran's watched a good bit of it as well. Have you watched it, Connor?
I've seen it all.
You've seen it all? Oh, you're up to date as well.
Oh, yeah.
Are
you up to date, Fran?
No, I actually... Speaking of anime, I finished one series last night, which I think Jay is going to talk about in a minute, so I'm not going to mention that.
Okay.
And then, because I finished that and it was in the anime buzz, and had the house to myself, I lit a few candles, put down some rose petals, and watched a little bit more of Attack on Titan.
Would you watch an anime at home if your girlfriend was there?
Because
that's the test.
I have, but not with her.
Okay.
We're not there yet.
She's aware.
She's
aware of
that
it.
stage in
Yeah.
our relationship.
Look, she's okay with it. She doesn't ask me any questions about it.
Yeah.
Really sounds like you have some sort of weird fetish.
That is what anime is. A weird fetish that Geeks in the Closet talk about. It is.
It is now.
She kind of just calls it my silly little show.
Oh.
Yeah, and she that's all of them. Doesn't matter what I'm watching. Oh, you're watching your silly little show. Like, no, this is a hard hitting, serious program on giant naked people attacking a city. 'Cause they are naked as well. They love nudity.
Yes, but
There's no genitalia.
There's no genitalia.
There's
Which
not.
is
There's
weird.
breasts, but no
They're
nipples.
basically large Ken dolls that like devouring
Yeah,
things.
But they're turned inside out as well,
yes,
which is nice.
Yeah.
It's-
Some of them
it's-
are. Not all of them.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
only some of them are.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
he's right about
Maybe
that.
the
Yeah,
colossal
yeah.
ones.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
No, but it's nice. It's interesting. It is. It's a very good TV show.
Okay. Oh, it is. It's excellent. I'm going to move on very quickly. I'm going to go through the
Okay.
next two quite quickly. 'Cause
Would you say Full Metal first or Attack on Titan first if you were
For your
branching
first ever.
into anime?
if you're branching into anime, I would watch Full Metal because it's probably more of a pure anime. You get the full kind of experience there. There's a lot of humor kind of involved as well. If you're watching Attack on Titan, it's all the time very depressing. Now it's very interesting to watch. The action is quite good in it, but I don't think you're not going to fall in love with the characters really the way you would with
Well, I
Full
say
Metal.
when
I
I
think.
was watching it, I literally, because again the episodes are so short in anime. They're 20 to 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like it's very much. Oh, we'll have one more. You know,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I
yeah,
think that the way Attack on Titan is done, I don't know if this is true for all anime. I assume it is. It always ends in this bit of a cliffhanger. You're like, oh no, I have to watch the next one right now.
Yeah, even
Yeah.
if nothing else happens in that episode,
It'll happen at the end.
it'll always have a cliffhanger at the end.
Yeah.
Are all these available on Netflix, Jay?
Okay, the ones available on Netflix are that I'm going to talk about. Full Metal is available. Knights of Sidonia is available. Netflix has done a deal. I think they're kind of exclusively bringing them out in this part of the world anyway, I think. Attack on Titan also is. Blue Exorcist is. So to answer your question, yes, everything I'm going to talk about is available on Netflix.
Right, we'll just edit all that drawl bit out there.
No, we won't.
No, we won't.
So after that, I got into Blue Exorcist, which I just said. Blue Exorcist, very briefly, it's a good show, also very dark. A lot of Catholic sort of connotations there. The story basically is about a character called Rin Okumura. He discovers that he is the son of the devil.
Sounds a bit Irish. Okumura.
Okumura, yes. It's from
And not only
Moneygall.
that, but it's the son of the devil.
Son of the devil from Moneygall. Basically,
Obama's
he's
from Moneygall.
exactly. That's where they are.
Hashtag Jay's not a racist. We repeat.
Also, Barack Obama is not the devil. There was a lot of that going around when he was running for president. But anyway, getting back to the topic.
Trump though.
Oh, he might be.
Yeah.
He might be. Getting back to the topic. Basically, he's a kid, a normal kid, discovers inadvertently that he is the son of the devil. He's been raised by a priest.
I think I saw this on Jeremy Kyle actually.
You may have. Basically, he has this katana, and his demonic side to him is contained within the katana. And whenever he draws it, that's when his powers come out. And basically, he ends up deciding he's going to try and kill his father, and basically goes to
His father, Lucifer, or his father, the priest that raised him?
his father, the devil.
Okay.
So he's using his demonic powers for good, and he goes to an exorcist university to learn how to do that. Now, the kind of exorcist kind of side of things is kind of cool. They have all these different types of exorcists. Like, some are using exclusively guns, some are using swords, some, which I thought was the coolest actually, they walk in and start reciting parts of the Bible, and depending on what verse they say will do different things to different demons. It was actually really, it was just kind of cool to see a priest walking in saying all those things and the demons kind of freaking out. It was kind of cool. After that, I watched Seven Deadly Sins.
Ooh, I love it.
Which was very good, very strange. It's very King Arthur sort of orientated, kind of blatantly, really, isn't it, Fran?
Yeah, I think there's definitely something a little bit Final Fantasy about it.
Just in terms of design as well?
Yeah,
Well, I
Final Fantasy
suppose-
9.
Yes, they do have to go around, and they do have to find their like ultimate weapon. And
Yeah.
there is a little bit of that.
And
I
I
think.
know, but when you said King Arthur, he said Final Fantasy 9. They those two themes are very
Yes.
similar as well.
Yeah.
Like, I actually only finished this last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was brilliant, fantastic. I loved
Enjoying it. It was very funny. It is another one though that you don't want someone to walk in because there
It's
will
actually
be...
probably the worst offender.
It is.
It
It is. There's too many the
main
whole
character.
the whole bit is the girl with the large breast has
And
fallen
the short
in,
dress.
and the short dress has fallen into the.
Sorry, I really
main
wish
character.
we were doing a video podcast because the look on your face right now, Fran.
Yeah.
I
it's
know
like
my
this-
mother's listening. It's just like, she's
Oh, sorry. Hi, mom.
She's disgusted with me now.
Yeah. So yeah, do watch that in the comfort of your own home. But
Yeah.
if you are in a loving relationship, maybe sit your partner down and explain it to him.
Perfectly normal. It's a perfectly normal part of growing
So
up.
the last one I want to talk about is the one I may or may not be enjoying the most, and I didn't think I would.
Are we finished with 7 Deadly Sins?
We're finished with Seven Deadly Sins. Well, unless you're not finished with it.
I don't know. So soon? This is
Fran is quite enjoying Seven Deadly Sins. He's in the middle of it at the moment. I've finished it.
No, I just finished it last
Oh,
night.
he finished
Yeah,
it
no,
last
I really
night?
liked it. Yeah, I know, I liked it. I
Yeah.
liked... There's 7 main characters and they're all very different from one another.
Yeah, they all...
Where does the name come from?
They're all different sins. So they've all committed something. Well, basically, the entire group has committed treason, apparently. And
That's apparently to you and me.
apparently. And
Apparently.
I know. Basically, they've committed some sort of treason.
Alright.
And they've been shunned. They've gone into hiding. A princess is looking for them to get them back because she suspects maybe it was done unjustly, but also because these knights called Holy Knights have actually taken over the kingdom and are they have the king under watch.
Yes.
It's kind of a little bit of a coup going on. So all these guys are the most skilled knights around. They all have different names. They're like Meliodas, who's the leader, is the dragon sin of wrath. Diane is the serpent sin of envy. They have all these things going on. There's always an animal and a type of sin, and it kind of refers back to, you get these in their backstories as you're watching it.
Yeah.
Something that they've done in their past that they either should be ashamed of, or sometimes even the name is kind of actually, once you find out what happened, maybe it's not justified.
Yeah.
But it varies depending on them. Now,
It's very Magnificent Seven style. Like, he's
Yeah,
gathered
yeah.
his team, equipped them.
yeah, they're all very different. They have their own skills that they bring to the table, and just kind of together they're kind of an unbeatable team. It's very funny.
Yeah, and to top it off, there's a giant pig.
There is a giant
I'm
pig,
sold.
No, that's all you need.
and also a little pig who may or may not be the offspring of the big pig.
Never really
The,
explained.
the big pig carries the tavern that they all meet up in and drink in, and Meliodas is the
That big.
tavern. It's a big
It has a
pig.
building
It's a
on it.
big
Yeah.
Jesus
pig.
Christ.
And then there's a little tiny pig who talks. His name
And
is
nobody
Hawk.
questions. Well, they go, "Oh, you talk," and then
And
as if
just-
it's
they just let it go.
Yeah.
How
Then.
tiny are we talking? Tiny? Like,
That's-
Oh, we're talking Babe the Pig, and then we're
Yeah.
talking like a giant pig.
we're talking
as
Babe
well.
the Pig, and then we're talking Titanic.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh God.
But
Yes.
it's the only talking animal in this world so far. But
Babe.
it
And no
doesn't-
one's questioning
Yeah,
it.
it doesn't- it
There's no
doesn't-
one's
But
questioning.
that is anime. Like, that's
Yeah.
the great thing about anime. They have no boundaries. Like, they can do whatever they want.
Yeah, and they
You
will
know,
go anywhere.
Their budget, like, they want to do something amazing. All they have to
Yeah.
do is draw.
Special effects
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
It's
Yeah.
just,
Yeah. So the last thing that's on the list is Psycho Pass, and I just clicked on it. I felt kind of like Knights of Sidonia when I clicked on it. It looked a little bit strange, but it is absolutely awesome. It's absolutely awesome. I'm just going to read the bio first, the back of the cover, if you will. The story takes place in an authoritarian future dystopia with omnipresent public censors continuously scan the psychopaths of every citizen in range. That's their, their
ID?
psychopath is basically how psychotic are you, and there's a rating for it.
Oh, okay.
Okay? The censors measure mental state, personality, and the probability that a citizen will commit crimes, alerting authorities when someone exceeds accepted norms. To enforce order, the officers of the Public Safety Bureau carry hand weapons called Dominators. The story follows Akane Tsunemori, Shinya Kogami, and other members of Unit 1 of the Public Safety Bureau's Criminal Investigation Division, and the crimes they investigate using Dominators. So they are the police force. They walk around with these guns called Dominators. They point them at someone when they suspect that they are a criminal or they've done a crime.
Right.
Something called the Sybil system, then it's kind of like on Wi-Fi. It goes back to the Sybil system. We don't know exactly what that is, but it verifies how psychotic they are, how likely they are to commit a crime.
So kind of
And-
like Minority Report.
A little
Yeah,
bit like
sounds
Minority
it,
Report, a little bit like that. But it's just, it's
Obviously,
very...
this is based on likelihood as opposed to it's been prophesized.
Yes, on likelihood, they can actually measure, like, I don't know what exactly they're measuring, but they measure your brain and they decide, okay, at the moment you have this rating. If it's over 300, they can actually kill them on the spot.
Okay.
And if it's any less, they have to stun them and then bring them back, and they have to go through rehabilitation. But like the people, it's kind of shining a light on our own society at the same time. Like these guys are very reliant on technology, very, very reliant on it. They kind of
Says the man reading this from a tablet.
Absolutely. They
Making
walk
a
through their
podcast.
lives like zombies. These guys don't even wear normal clothes. They have like a hollow thing that just picks, what they're going to wear on the day. They've got when they walk in, they've got a planner. It's this little avatar thing that floats around. They can make it whatever they want. Their rooms are very barren, very square, very small, but they're able to press a button and change it to any style they want and make it look as large as they want it to be. They're living in a very fake world. They have no idea how to process when something wrong happens. They're so used to everything being safe to the point that if someone murders someone in front of them, they kind of look at it and they go, what's going on there? They won't even help. They don't realize that they could stop that person from killing another person at all. They're so used to the guys showing up with the Dominators, the police force, and dealing with it. They don't even know how to register.
And you're saying this one is taking the biscuit for best anime?
I think it might be. Well, I'm watching at the moment, so maybe I'm a little bit biased, but I'm just so into it right now. And it's making me question a lot of things about our own lives, which none of the rest of us do.
Wow.
I'm dead serious.
Bringing it real deep there, Jay.
Yeah, no, it is. It's making me think deep. Like it's
I think
a
we're
really
just
good
talking
one.
about boobs.
I know.
There are no boob jokes in this one. Yeah,
Okay.
or very little. Yeah, yes. There's been nothing yet.
Very
give
little
it
boobs
time.
or very little jokes?
Both. Both.
So here's the question, right?
Yeah.
Out of all the anime you have listed there, what's the one that for our listeners, if their boyfriend or girlfriend or significant other of any nondescript gender comes in and they're watching it, what's the one that they'll be the least like, oh my god, I'm not doing anything weird? What's the one that they're okay with someone seeing them see?
Oh, I was going to
Tough
say psychopaths, but to be honest, you see a lot of actual psychopaths because the Sybil system has kind of created a lot of psychopaths, because if you've done something wrong, you dwell on it, and then you're afraid to leave your house because there's cameras everywhere registering your psychopath, so you can't go anywhere. Your mental state gets worse. There's a lot of serial killers running around Tokyo or wherever they happen to be, so maybe not that one. They might think you're a bit weird. I'm going to go with Full Metal Alchemist.
Okay.
It's good all around. It's very serious in terms of like the plot is a good plot.
Yeah,
it's
they've got
not
a good drive.
that embarrassing to watch. There's a lot of comedy aspects of it. I'm going to plug Full Metal for that one.
Cool.
Oh, there is 2 series of that, I should say. There's a Full Metal Alchemist that came out the same time as the manga, but the manga wasn't finished, and it kind of became very unfaithful to the manga. I watched Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, which came out much later and is actually way more faithful to the manga and is generally accepted as the better to watch.
So Full Metal Alchemist
Brotherhood.
That's the only one that's on Netflix, though, isn't it?
That is the only one on
So-
Netflix currently, yeah.
Easy to find. Brilliant. Well, talking about dystopian futures. That's a very tenuous link.
I'm
going-
impressed with your
I
links, though.
had all that segment to think about it. We're going to go for our 2016 predictions now.
Yes.
Dystopia,
So-
here we come.
Jay, congratulations on an excellent anime segment. Now, boys, 2016 looks like it's going to be a good year.
I'm excited.
Let's start with Connor.
Oh, okay, it's starting with me.
Yeah, let's start with you.
Oh,
I have the
God.
power, and I choose you.
Oh no.
Okay.
Wasn't ready. Alright, what do you want me to go? Films, TV? Wait, how are we doing this? We all talk about films? All
Yeah,
talk about-
we do that
yeah?
way. Break it
Or
up.
do we-
I don't mind. Yeah, I don't
yeah,
mind.
okay. Right, sorry, a little bit of pre-planning there. Edit that out. Okay, films. There's a lot of geek type films coming out.
Yeah.
There's so many. I mean, Deadpool. We have Batman vs Superman. We have
Civil War.
Civil War. There's Doctor Strange. There's Suicide Squad. There's so many. Out of all of them, I'm most excited for the one that's unfortunately the furthest away. Doctor Strange.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
good. We got different answers.
Yeah, no, because I was thinking about it, and I think because the other day we all watched that trailer, the latest Suicide Squad trailer with the Queen
Bohemian
song.
Rhapsody.
Yeah, very well made trailer.
Yeah.
But I think at least 60% of my hype for that film is now coming from Bohemian Rhapsody purely. So then I kind of thought, I was like, right, which movie is going to be the most different, most new, and everything? And I just think that both DC movies and Marvel movies are lacking very much in the mystical side, and I think that's why I'm looking forward to that, because Doctor Strange has the potential to be totally new, totally original, Well, not totally, but I mean, like, it's just going to be very unique compared to all the other geek movies that we've had so far in terms of comic book type movies.
Yeah.
So Doctor Strange, and also the casting is just brilliant. When I saw the Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange is brilliant as well, and I don't know. And when the images came out, did you guys see the pictures of him?
Saw the one picture of
costume?
him.
Yeah, and I was just looking at that and was like, wow, it's bang on. It's perfect.
Yeah, he looks good.
It's pretty much lifted from the comic books, but with the kind of cartoony edges sanded down a bit.
Have they released the full thing? Because I've only seen kind of him and like the top of his cape. Like,
there's
And
two
then
images. There's one him at
headband.
the top of his cape, and then another that's kind of like from the top of his shoulders up a little bit
Okay.
more. You see the blue shirt underneath.
Yeah.
Look, all I know is that's the one I'm looking forward to the most.
I'm going to go with Suicide Squad.
yeah.
I am going to go Suicide Squad. Because I feel like I've gorged on Marvel in the last couple of years. And I'm just looking forward to a bit of DC. But unfortunately, the Batman v Superman ad has kind of taken the wind out of my sails for that one.
Yeah, same.
And we talked about this. We feel like we know exactly what's going to happen. Now, we could be
The
pleasantly
entire-
surprised.
Yeah.
Could be pleasantly surprised. But I feel like I already know what's going to happen. Whereas the ad for Suicide Squad has left a lot of mystery and like, ooh, what's going to happen? Casting is fantastic. Yeah, I'm just really excited about it. If you haven't checked out that trailer for Suicide Squad, the Bohemian Rhapsody one, check it out because
I really like the other one though as well. You know, with the kind of real weird slow
Yeah.
sound.
Yeah.
It's,
that's the first one to get you hooked.
that's the first one gets you hooked as well.
Yeah, I just think there's a lot of mystery about it, and yeah, that's what I want. I don't want to know. I feel like when I go into Marvel and I sit down, I know I can nearly plot out the film from start to finish.
Yeah.
And I feel like with Suicide Squad, we're not going to get that. Hopefully, they'll hold back on the.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
that's
The
why I'm
limits.
excited for Doctor Strange. I think that's such a different Marvel film compared to everything else they've done.
Yeah, I just need Marvel to win me back.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I need to be courted by Marvel.
You need to be wooed by
Yeah,
Marvel
do you know,
again.
I've been
Yeah,
burned
yeah.
too many times.
You can buy a few drinks.
You know,
to get
yeah.
there.
Take me out to dinner. Call me back for a change.
Yeah.
Jay, 2016 movie.
Yeah, I'm going to go very briefly with this one because we all know I can talk at length and have done several times now. I'm just going to say
Episode 2.
it is episode 2 and it's going to be a long road with a lot of me talking.
There's our title.
A long road with Jay.
I was thinking it was going to be hashtag Jay's not a racist.
Yes.
We'll discover.
We'll discuss with legal team later.
Legal team, how are we? We good?
Oh, the legal team have left
they're
the building.
shaking their head. Okay. I'm going to plug one movie and one movie only.
That's the idea.
The Assassin's Creed movie.
Didn't even blip on my radar.
Now, I like Assassin's Creed.
You do.
One or two of the games have let me down a little bit. I'm not going to get into that now. But this is the first time a games company has been given basically full control over
Yes.
the video game. They have, it's
movie.
unprecedented, of the movie. It's unprecedented how much control they have. Now, there's a bit of a reputation with video game movies. There's never been a good one.
Well, we're
Well,
talking
let's
about
name some.
Doom.
Ever. Tomb Raider?
Doom.
Both Tomb Raider
Bad.
movies
Doom
are
is
bad.
terrible.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within.
Ugh.
Yeah, like arguably the best, definitely for grossing anyway, whatever you feel about it. The best so far has been Resident Evil series, which if there's any fans of Resident Evil out there
Yeah,
that have
they
seen
just-
that, they're not really in favor of it.
They're bonkers.
Yeah,
Angry Birds could change all that.
I don't know if I count that.
yeah. Are we at the point where we're counting mobile games as?
What do you mean mobile? You're not
Sorry.
American.
I'm watching too many American podcasts.
Apparently, he talks mobile.
Apparently, it's mobile.
I can do this. The rest of us in American. if you want.
Um,
So how many dollars is that coming to?
no.
Okay, so we've got Assassin's Creed, we've got Suicide Squad, and we have got Doctor Strange.
Right, so three
Yeah.
very different answers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was actually expecting a bit of
I
uniformity.
thought we were all going to go Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at us. Branching out. Right, TV shows. I've got two for TV shows.
Go.
One is called 11/22/63. Have you heard about this?
Nope.
No.
It's going to be a mini-series. It's based on the book of the same name by Stephen King.
Okay.
It's going to star James Franco
Oh.
as the main character. So, alright, straight away I'm like, oh, interesting. The basic premise is a history teacher is sent back in time to about, I think it's 1958.
Okay, yeah.
And he's given the opportunity to stop the JFK assassination.
Oh.
But basically,
Don't do it.
he has to decide whether it's worth it, what will happen. It's going to be basically one of those time travel conundrums Also, he doesn't know what his decision is going to cause consequences-wise. J.J. Abrams is an executive producer. And
I'm in.
Yeah, no, I think it's going to be very good. Like, Stephen King is on board as an executive producer as well.
Take my money.
The other one is called American Gods, based on a novel by Neil Gaiman.
I've heard this.
Have you noticed the trend?
Yes.
Now, I'm excited about this. It was originally picked up by HBO,
Yes.
but then Stars with a Z have picked it up. We know Stars with a Z as
yes,
the guys
we
who
do.
make Spartacus.
And Black Sails, which I never
Yes.
watched,
They make
but
something
yeah.
else as well. I can see the logo in a show I watch.
Stars are quite good. Like if you see the stars, like if I see the stars logo or whatever,
Well,
I'm thinking
since Spartacus
I might watch
and
that.
that,
Yeah.
Basically, the reason why this is a good idea is because there's a bit of sex, there's a bit of violence, very adult themes that Stars are not going to shy away from. I think one scene, I'm not going to give any spoilers, involves a man being ingested by a vagina.
Okay.
And Stars have said they are going to show.
So hang on, can I just double check? That's no spoilers. So that's not even an important part.
Well, not that I know. It's now, Jay, you're gonna like this. Okay, for anyone who doesn't know Neil Gaiman, he is a writer who writes British writer, great books. Stardust was the film, was based on one of his books. Now, Stardust is considered a little bit of a departure from his normal style. So, American Gods is not going to be done like Stardust, even though Stardust is a brilliant movie. What's interesting about Stardust, it's written, like as in the show is written by Brian Fuller, who...
I know that name.
Yes.
I know that name.
Why do I know that name?
Pushing Daisies and Hannibal.
Hannibal.
Jay, you like Pushing Daisies too?
Do I like Pushing
I
Daisies?
like Pushing
Was
Daisies.
it you who likes Pushing
It was
Daisies?
me that likes Pushing
Okay, so one for each of you. You got Hannibal, you got Pushing Daisies.
We're both happy boys.
We are
okay.
look, Brian Fuller is at the Venn diagram of JNL.
For those of you who don't know, Hannibal is the story of Hannibal
Lecter.
Lecter, and Pushing Daisies was only one series long.
It was 1.5.
I liked it. I really liked it.
I thought it was a cool idea.
Kind of quirky. It's about a baker.
Sorry,
Female
for anyone
baker.
who doesn't know, basically it's about I can't remember who dies, but is it the man dies? Yeah, it's a man who realizes he has the power that if he touches somebody who's dead, they come back to life. But if he touches them a second time,
They're dead for good.
they're dead
Oh,
for
I have
good.
seen
Yeah.
that show. I love it.
Yeah.
It was always on ridiculously late.
And
Like,
he
it
touched
never-
his dog,
yeah.
but he couldn't touch his dog again. Couldn't
Ever
he?
again.
Yeah,
And then
he could never
touched,
pet his
then
dog.
his girlfriend died and he touched her, but then he could never
Oh,
again
yeah.
because if he ever, she'd be dead forever.
And I loved there was a narrator, kind of like...
yeah,
Yeah.
it was very quirky. I liked it. I
Yeah,
don't know why
yeah,
it's
The
yeah.
narrator kind of reminded me of the narrator from Babe or something like that.
Yeah,
You know,
something like
very-
that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was very good. Anyway, Brian Fuller of Hannibal and Pushing Daisies fame is the writer along with Neil Gaiman for American Gods. So I feel like this one is definitely one to watch.
Okay.
Great, yeah.
Very
Which is
good.
in 2016. Right, boys, who wants to go next? TV 2016.
You go next because I'm just double checking.
I actually have nothing for TV.
Okay, well,
I
that
have
makes this
nothing
a
for
lot
TV.
easy.
I've actually failed as a podcaster.
We're just
Yep,
going to sit
get
in
out.
silence until Connor is ready.
No, don't silence until Connor's ready.
Let's move on to games, Jay.
We'll go back to
I'm
you.
going to move on to games, and I can talk for as long as Connor needs.
Well, I'm going to say very quickly because I don't have a lot to say about games.
Yes.
One, I was really hoping I could say Final Fantasy VII for 2016.
yes, you are definitely allowed to say that.
No, because it's been pushed back to 2017.
Which makes sense because 2017
yes.
will be the 20-year anniversary of the original game.
Yes,
I really
okay,
wanted to say
okay.
that, but no, because I love
Okay.
Final Fantasy VII and Chocobos. But basically, my 2016 is going to be, spent playing catch up
Yes.
because I'm only getting into I want to play a few Assassin's Creed. I want to finish Dragon Age,
Yeah.
Star Wars Battlefront, get that online, and The Witcher 3 is something else I really want to get into. So Jay,
Okay.
I'll let you.
Okay, good. I'm going to give an honourable mention, and it's going to be an honourable mention because I'm predicting Connor's probably going to talk about this.
Yep.
Pokemon Go. I'm very excited about. Very excited about. I could talk about hours about that probably. Another honourable mention to the actual VR systems that are going to be in place this year. Hopefully the PlayStation VR is coming out. Possibly the Oculus Rift as well. I'm not entirely sure about that, but PlayStation VR is coming out this summer, I believe. The game I'm looking forward to this year is No Man's Sky.
Do you know about this,
And
Fran?
I do know
a lot
about this. Yeah, I know I do.
It just looks awesome.
Okay, Jay, explain it in layman's terms.
Layman's terms, No Man's Sky is basically, if you're familiar with Star Trek, it's kind of the premise of Star Trek. You're boldly going, you're exploring, you have an entire universe to explore, and I shit you not, it is an entire universe you have to explore. There are planets that are basically the size of what small planets could be the size of, and you can travel to all of them. You have your little spaceship, you can go to a planet, it's got its own indigenous life, You can, if you are the first person to find this life, by the way, you can name it for everybody. It's entirely online.
So it's a massive MMO.
Huge. I mean, if I go to a planet, and I'm not sure exactly how the game is going to begin, but depending on where I start in the universe, I could land on a planet. There's a little tiny dinosaur type creature on that planet. I'm going to call it the Jaesaur. And forevermore, whenever anyone goes to that planet, if they happen to go there, because this universe is vast,
so people could bypass your planet.
They could never.
It's potentially
arrive.
possible
Yeah.
that you are the first ever on that planet and the only ever that no one will ever bother checking.
Depending on how big it is, maybe we've got higher hopes then. But from what I've seen of it, it looks like it's going that way.
Okay, I'm going to play devil's advocate. Could this not just be a little thing that's kind of like, oh yeah, it's nice, and then after a while you're like,
it could, but
let
me sell it to you, right? You can play anything. You can do any kind of thing you want. The main general gist of the game is you start wherever and you have to make it to the center of that particular galaxy.
But that's the main quest. And your man Sean, I can't remember his surname, but I'm going to call him Sean because we're that close. Sean,
and because it's his name.
Sean says that part of the game, like the actual finding the center of the universe, you never have to do that. You're never forced to do that. You're kind of, it's suggested that maybe you should do that. But as Connor was just about to say, you have a million ways you can play this game.
Okay, is it going to be first person style?
Are you still talking about this, Connor, or will I kind of jump in there?
I'll join in. Okay. I'm just trying to find out your man's name.
His name is Sean Murray.
Where did you
Murray,
see that?
there he is. Hello Games.
I hate you. Yeah, hello.
Very, very small company. They've made something else that was very successful. It's kind of a children's thing.
Yeah.
But they're doing what they want to do now, which is make No Man's Sky. But as I was saying before, you can make this game any kind of game you want. If you want to explore and find new flora and fauna, you can do that. I can just start naming everything I find, and forevermore there'll be the Jaesaurus that everyone sees. There's going to be the J tree.
The France style players who like to go and hack and slash and cause devastation.
It's totally open to you as well, because if you want, so basically you start. I don't know how you start the game where, but let's pretend you start in a planet. If you want to be someone like me, like who likes to get all the Pokemon type thing, then you can walk around the planet, discover each individual flora and fauna, name them all different things, whatever, and that can be your entire game. But if you want to be the France type player and hack and slash, you can then get into your spaceship that's there and literally go up into space, and you can become a space pirate. You can attack other players, and you can attack cargo ships and take stuff for yourself, sell it on the black market, and keep going.
Yeah, there are millions of planets. I don't think you actually have to set foot in one of them if you do not want to.
You don't. You can play the entire game without ever setting foot on a planet.
Yeah, you can be a trader, you can be a pirate, you can be the captain of a giant frigate, and you can just do that. The possibilities are endless. Your man, Fran, is overwhelmed right now.
No, I thought you said frigid.
Well, that's a contender for title of the show as well. Yeah, you can just play this game any way you want to play it. It's you think it, you can do it.
Yeah. And is there going to be like a fee to play online? Do you know, like
that? I don't know.
That I don't know, but I think it might be free. I'm hoping it's free. The guy's Irish, so I'm kind of hoping he's nice.
He's Irish, or his name is Irish?
No, as in he's actually Irish. Raised for a long time in Australia, but his accent is like a strange hybrid between Irish and Australia at this point. But I'm still going to claim him, as we do for everyone.
I am going to say that my game of the year is. It's a close second. No Man's Sky is a close second.
Yeah.
But it's going to be Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
It's basically taking Pokemon and making them real. That's all I'm going to say.
It is?
No, not. So Pokemon Go is going to be an app on Android and iOS.
So you download it onto your phone.
You download it onto your phone. It's, as far as I can tell, it's free to download, but there's in-app purchases. But they have they being Game Freak, who make the mainstream Pokemon games, have expressly said many times it is not. You don't have to pay to play at all. You can enjoy the game fully without having to pay for things.
Does your data have to be on?
Yeah. And
so you could end up.
I'm guessing there's going to be something though. I'm guessing you're going to have to pay for like super potions maybe or something.
I'd say yeah, but as far as I'm aware, they're making it clear that you can make it through the game, and play the game to its full extent. It might be a bit more difficult, but you don't have to pay real monies. So the thing that I'm excited. So basically, the premise is you're walking around. You then decide, I wonder if there's any Pokemon nearby. You whip out the phone, and then you find out.
I think there's a watch as well, though, Connor. I think
I'll come to that in a second. Right? So you slow down.
Back in your box, Jay.
Sorry, I have been put in my place. I'm going to stop talking.
Yes,
Connor, go. Connor, go.
My house, my rules.
We're in a closet.
That's my closet, my rules.
That's the theme. They think
the closet is in my house.
The acoustics are excellent here.
It's a great closet. and oak. Anyway, basically the premise is you take out your phone, you check out, there might be Pokemon 20 meters away, so you walk over and you...
Tinder for Pokemon.
Yeah, essentially. And you then catch them.
But it is.
No, it is.
That's the title of the show.
We said that like 4 times.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure
slash,
this time.
slash.
No, I choose you. That's it.
Yeah. Title, I choose you. Anyway,
Can you battle other people?
Yeah, so that's the fun thing. Like you can.
That's the fun thing.
There's more than one, Francis. No, basically, you catch Pokemon. The thing is, Pokemon will be in areas you would expect to find them if they are real. So if you live at a seaside town or city, there will more than likely be more water Pokemon than anything else.
Which is so cool.
Which is very clever.
Where are you going to find like Slimer? No, that's Ghostbusters.
In the sewers.
You're thinking of Grimer.
Grimer.
They're going to be in cities because it's pollution and all that.
Graveyards, do they have ghost type?
Graveyards will have ghost types.
Let's hope they don't make us go down too many back alleys to find Grimer. Actually.
No, they're not going to. It's being made by in conjunction with Nintendo, Game Freak, and Niantic Labs. Now, Niantic Labs you probably haven't heard of. Niantic make another similarly kind of themed GPS-based game called Ingress. Now, when I heard about Pokemon Go, I did a bit of research. Now, Pokemon Go was announced a couple of months ago now. And I downloaded and started playing Ingress. And I'm still playing it every now and then. It's kind of fun. The idea of Ingress is that there's portals to another dimension all over the real world. They're usually at points where there's public art and places of interest. And the idea of that is to make people go and see this statue and this, that.
2 for 1.
Yeah. And I have to say,
bastards get you with the learning.
Oh, they do. How dare they?
And the culture.
But it's fun. It's actually fun. I really like going there and you hack these portals. And there's 2 worldwide teams: the Resistance and the Enlightened. And basically greens versus blue.
Yeah.
And you're just constantly battling for ownership of the most portals with these people that you don't even know.
Oh, right.
Okay, it's kind of like...
It's kind of capture the flag in a sense.
Yeah.
When is this out? When does Pokemon Go out?
No release date has been announced.
Just rumours.
But
have you seen graphics?
Yes. Well, yes and no.
We've seen a video.
I've seen the video where like Pokemon are like real. And like,
they're battling Mewtwo.
Yeah, like Times
with the
Square and
time
stuff.
thing.
Yeah. Which is a very exciting thing, but there is one tiny clip in that is what some people think is like alpha footage of game footage.
Okay.
Things that we know for definite are that this year, 2016, is the 20th year anniversary of the original Pokemon game.
And that's next month sometime.
And it's February 27th to give it its exact date. And not only that, but the Pokemon Company have bought ad space during Super Bowl.
Okay. Super
Now,
Bowl Sunday.
If you ask me, I think that...
Is that really their target audience?
No, but they want everyone.
It's everyone.
Okay.
There'll be a lot of kids at Super Bowl. Americans bring their families and they spend the entire day there.
Yeah, and not only that, but
you sound so like American.
Those people that I keep robbing their words and way of saying things throughout this
hashtag Jay
podcast.
is not a racist. It's coming up too much.
Do you get a starter?
No one knows yet. There are details. We will do. Tell you what, I'm going to stop now talking about this, and we'll do a segment on Pokemon Go next episode.
Absolutely.
Excellent. And is it original 150? Or is
it's all 721.
But maybe regionalised, as in Europe might have one generation of Pokemon and America might have a different
generation.
generation.
That's a very big mind.
Encouraging
I'd like that though.
Yeah, the one thing that's very exciting is that they've said it would take you a year to catch all the Pokemon yourself. If you wanted to catch your own of each species rather than trade for them sometimes, it would take you a year because you would have to literally travel around the world.
Oh.
Hey, if it makes me go on more holidays, I'm there.
I'm game.
Yeah.
Hey.
But then roaming, oh god.
True, that's another
yeah.
Look, we'll worry about that when the time comes.
So all we're left with is Connor's TV.
Yes, at the very, very
and
end.
You got about 30 seconds.
That's fine, because that'll be quick. I'm just going to say my TV show. It's a little bit outside of Geeks in the Closet kind
Sell
of
it to
remit,
us.
but it's okay.
Sell it to
Go
us.
on.
Don't worry, Jay, you're on board. American Horror Story.
I'm in.
I love it.
Yeah, okay. The reason I'm excited is now. Disclaimer: I have not watched season 5 yet, which is completed. But season 6, which is starting in November this year. All my things in November. It's rumored that Jessica Lange is returning for season 6.
Is Jessica Lange the one who's in Friday Night Lights?
Yes.
Big red hair, kind of.
No, not her. You'd know her if you saw her. She's what else was she in, Jay?
she's in a play right now with Gabriel Byrne is all I know on Broadway. And
There you go.
Don't ask me why I know this. That's usually Connor's realm of things. I couldn't tell you what else she's in actually.
I'll pull up her IMDb while we move on.
I've definitely done that myself before and said, "Oh, she's in this and she's in that," and I can't remember at all now. But yeah, while he's looking for that, American Horror Story is absolutely brilliant. I'm up to season 4 as well, I think, with Connor. I haven't watched the Lady Gaga, but yeah, Lady Gaga is in season 4.
5.
Did she
5,
get,
sorry.
She got something for that, didn't she? Golden Globe.
May have.
May have or me have?
May have.
May have. I thought me have was some sort of
Meow.
obscure word.
How could you not know about
Yeah,
Meows?
the meows.
Is that like a Razzie? Like, what is that?
Because she bumped into
Jessica
Leonardo
Lange
DiCaprio.
was in Big Fish.
That means not a lot to
Yeah,
me.
that's
Yeah.
right.
She's
Podcast people just entertain yourselves. So
Yeah. Do your own thing.
Mom, sing or something. I don't know her.
Look, it's a kind of thing. Anyway, all I know is she is the highlight of every season of American Horror
she's
Story.
awesome.
She's
She's
Okay.
such a good actress.
She's amazingly acted.
Good singer.
And again, I haven't seen season 5 of American Horror Story yet. But I'm excited that she's coming back, even though I didn't even miss her being gone yet.
Is Bassett back? Angela Bassett? That's her name?
That's she's the only confirmed cast member.
Okay.
She's not your one from.
Yes, she is.
Oh, where's Murder She Wrote?
No.
You're thinking. He's thinking of the right thing though. Misery. That's her. She's Misery.
No.
Isn't she?
Angela Bassett. Hang on. There was
Is she TV actress Angela Bassett from BoJack Horseman?
Is she not Misery? Where that writer in the snow and she breaks his...
No, that's Roseanne. No,
Roseanne. That is not Roseanne.
Angela Bassett is black. Angela Bassett. Yeah.
I'm thinking.
Hey, Jay's not a racist. He really isn't racist.
I'm thinking of the other one.
Yeah, you're thinking
The other one. What do you mean the other one?
The other lady. The other nice one.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Oh, hang on. This is ridiculous.
Of not African American.
You're thinking of Kathy Bates.
Kathy Bates
is
who
in
I'm
Misery.
thinking of.
Yes, and that's who I'm thinking of too.
Kathy Bates is also.
Yes, I knew he
BoJack.
was thinking of Kathy
TV,
Bates.
yeah. TV actors. They always call her
yeah.
their full title. TV actress Kathy Bates.
Yeah.
Whereas Angela Bassett was in Boys in the Hood, Meet the Robinsons, Malcolm X, Strange Days, and she was also in that weird Eddie Murphy movie, Vampire in Brooklyn.
I love that movie.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's pretty
That was an awesome movie.
Okay.
Yeah, so there you are.
Well, guys, I think it's time for that all-important Zazu Zombie Apocalypse Survival Update.
I didn't know what you meant. I was like, Zazu for the Lion King? Awesome.
Zazu. Yes. So, as always, we like to round off each podcast with 3 delightfully helpful tips on how to survive the imminent zombie apocalypse.
Okay, I'm ready.
My one this time I stole from Jay. So I'm just going to scooch closer to Connor.
Do you want to swap seats?
Basically, if you wear glasses or contact lenses, now is the time to get laser eye surgery. Because once the zombie apocalypse starts, it's going to be pretty hard to keep your contact lenses clean, to replace your glasses, to get your regular checkups, which we all know are very important. And basically, you're going to quickly become...
Awesome.
No, you're going to quickly become liability, and then people are going to, like we've seen from The Walking Dead, people get cut pretty quick. Like.
Yeah, get the hell out of my team if you're not at 100%.
So my tip: laser eye surgery.
Okay.
Connor.
Okay. My tip is to invest in some damn good runners now. Have them ready. You are going now. I don't mean runners so you can run. I mean, sorry, I said runners. I should have said shoes.
Or trainers, that's what the Americans
Trainers,
say.
or trainers, or sneakers. Basically, you are going to be on the move. You might think, I'll cover this in future Zazu topics, but you might think that you're safe, holed up in your house, but you will eventually have to leave. You will run out of one particular, God knows what it'll be, supply. You need to be able to move. To be able to move, you have to have comfortable footwear that is safe, that is warm, and that is waterproof, because you don't want to get athlete's foot during the zombie apocalypse.
Shoes that are safe.
Safe, so I mean, like if they're thick leather shoes, like
it's not fashion safe, like you know.
well, if they're fashion
We're,
safe,
we're talking little here, like.
no, I'm gonna buy my zombie equipment in little.
Or we might if they decide to sponsor us.
I mean, I will always
We're
buy
open.
I'm going to say I got some very nice winter boots from Lidl that served me very well while skiing.
This podcast was not brought to you by Lidl.
Yet.
Lidl, we're open if you want to email us.
Jay, your zombie apocalypse survival update.
Yeah, I'm never talking about Zazu outside of Zazu ever again. Thank you, Francis. Stock up on your potatoes because as well as being a good food source that lasts a while, you can also reverse engineer them to power your iPhones when the electricity eventually goes.
To text all the other people who have iPhones.
I'm sure the satellites will still be working. They're going to be listening to this podcast. They will all stock up on potatoes.
I'm telling you. Yeah, there you go.
I can't believe we're an Irish podcast plugging potatoes, by the way. Can we?
That's why I bullshit laughing.
That is bad. For anyone who's American and listening, we're not that obsessed with potatoes, really.
Just a little bit.
Just a tad.
They also make a good handy weapon, if it needs to be.
Throw a spud.
True,
I'm sure
it wouldn't do damage, but it would certainly help in driving back the horde.
I'm sure you can make a spud grenade.
And a spud gun. A
spud gun to repel the zombies with.
Yeah.
Spud gun would not crack the skull, though. That's what you need.
You do.
You do.
It's a good food source. And like if Martian has taught us anything, it's up.
You can do anything with spuds.
You can. You can even plug your sink with them. Speaking of plugs!
Oh!
I know, it was really bad.
No, that was actually disgusting. that desecrates my smooth plug last week. You just dishonoured.
I did that on purpose
tradition.
to wind you up. Tradition, we're on episode 2.
Guys, the show's
That's how traditions are made.
The show's nearly an hour and 20 minutes. Let's do this.
Let's move.
Okay, so
Sorry, listener.
you have now come. Congratulations, you've come to the end of this podcast. I have been Fran.
I've been Jay.
I have been Connor.
You can find us on www.geeksinthecloset.com, or if you're a Facebook and Twitter nerd, you can go to Facebook.
Can use Facebook and just search for Geeks in the Closet and you will find us there.
And Twitter.
And Twitter, you can find Geeks in the Closet at GeeksITC.
Thank you for listening. Tune in next time. Same geek channel.
Same geek time, same geek channel. Is that what you're trying to do?
Oh.
We're out.